I used to be a tumbling coach. I worked at a pizza place one time for like a week. I was literally supposed to go in that day, and I called in, and my boss was like, "Where the hell are you?" Blah, blah, blah. I was like, "I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it today." And he was like, he was just started like threatening to fire me, and I was like, "Well, I quit." He's like, and then he started begging me to like, he's like, "Wait, we'll give you a raise." Blah blah blah. I was like, "Nah." I don't like the idea of, someone thinking they own you just because they're paying you money, and that's what it felt like working there, and I felt very suffocated by that. I remember the first time I saw like a YouTube video, and it was at my cousin's house, and he was playing these like weird ass conspiracy videos about like mermaids and giants, and I don't know, I thought it was so interesting. It was like an escape from reality, and I wanted to give other people that feeling through stuff that I made. So then I made this gaming channel, my first ever YouTube channel called OP Gamers, where I just like made shitty gaming videos. And I guess that's where I learned to edit. I feel like I was always filming like my whole life, like ever since I got my hands on like a DS or like my mom's cell phone. Like something about just running around with my siblings, just I don't know, making silly videos, that I was in love with that. Or another huge influence for me growing up was this guy, Tanner Brungart. He's this kid from Kansas that did like backflips and shit. I think the appeal was he lived in the middle of nowhere, like just like I did, hay bales and cows, and he made it fun. Something about that like really resonated with me. And I remember I called my best friend at the time, Hayden, and I rode my bike to his house that day, and we tried to learn a backflip. And I just started making all these like trampoline vlogs. Then I saw this video, and I think this probably shaped me the most. I saw this one video from Tanner called the Midwest Meetup 2016. Like he had all of these kids fly into rural Kansas just to do flips. Like the concept of just getting a bunch of like-minded people together in one place to do like one thing, like that was so foreign to me. I didn't know you could just do that. So like I fell in love with that. I remember the first time I met, one of my idols, and it was my biggest idol, and that was Tanner. Hayden convinced me to invite him to my 16th birthday party. And I was like, dude, he's not gonna come. Like, what? He was like a little bit older. I was like, why would Tanner Brungart come to some random kid's 16th birthday party? And then he showed up in an RV, and he picked me and Hayden up from school. And I will never forget that. And Tanner was just like talking about the Midwest Meetup. And I was telling him how like, I grew up watching that, and he was just like, you should come this year. And I was like trying to play it cool, but like I was literally shaking. And yeah, so I went to Midwest Meetup 2019. And I think that was the first time in my life I realized like all these dreams that I had my whole life were possible. And not only possible, like achievable. I remember being like scared shitless, like the first like 3 minutes I was like shaking. But then this weird thing happened after our first conversation where something in my brain just like clicked, and I was just like, oh shit, this is just a guy. Like, if this guy can do all these crazy things, why can't I, Like, I don't know, there's something about like we all put all these people we look up to on these like unreachable like pedestals. But the reality is, we're all human, There's nothing that anyone has achieved that you couldn't achieve. At least that's what I believe. Yeah, I don't know, you get to a point where you just like humanize enough people that you look up to where you don't even really have idols anymore. Like you put yourself on the same level, you see everyone as just people. Obviously, there's people's art that I admire heavily, and like, I have a lot of friends that inspire the shit out of me, but I wouldn't really say I have idols anymore. I feel like ever since I saw that video of just all these like-minded people gathering together, that was something that I wanted for myself instantly. I just wanted to be a part of that. And somehow I was able to achieve that just by happenstance. And ever since then, like, after like living it, with like the wholesome house, like getting flown out to Montana and, living with these strangers that I didn't know. That was like my equivalent, that and the actual Midwest meetup. And, after I had these experiences, it kind of just confirmed something I already like deeply knew, which is that the most important things in life is like community and like experiences, at least to me, you know. And yeah, I think that was a huge motivator to, why I made videos.
No, but like these guys are literally like brothers to me. And it's crazy how close you can get to people like in such a short amount of time because like I feel like I'm closer to these guys than I am some kids I grew up with I've known like my entire life.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's because like, we lived together, we were so close for a month, or like just our shared passion, or a little bit of both, or
Yeah.
even the experiences, the ups and downs that brought us together. I don't know what it is, but yeah, we have this like really close relationship that I don't think I've ever found with anyone else, which is really cool.